Picture this. You're sitting there in the middle of a crowded high school cafeteria, your world literally crumbling around you, as your wheelchair lies in twisted pieces on the floor. Laughter echoes like thunder. Phones flash like lightning, capturing every humiliating second. You feel utterly defeated, invisible yet exposed, wondering if this is the breaking point. But wait, sudden silence falls over the room as the doors crash open. A towering figure in a crisp marine uniform strides in, eyes blazing with fury. Everyone freezes. The bully's smirks vanish. This must be your savior, right? The hero come to rescue the day. Or is it, hold on, because what if this marine isn't who he seems? Maybe he's not there to help but to expose a deeper secret that's been hidden for years. No, scratch that. Perhaps the real twist is that the girl on the floor isn't as helpless as she appears. She's been planning this moment all along. But then again, maybe the marine's arrival uncovers a family betrayal that shatters everything. And just when you think you've got it figured out, bam, another reversal hits. The bullies aren't random jerks. They're connected to a past the girl thought was buried. This isn't just a story of bullying. It's a web of secrets, courage, and unexpected alliances that will flip your expectations upside down from the get-go. Strap in, because Isabella Thompson's tale is about to take you on a wild ride through pain, power, and profound change. Let's rewind a bit to set the stage properly. It was a typical overcast Tuesday in the fall of 2023 in the bustling suburbs of Seattle, Washington. Westwood High School stood as a sprawling campus of red brick buildings, manicured lawns, and the constant hum of teenage drama. For Isabella Thompson, a 16-year-old junior, school was less a place of learning and more a daily gauntlet to survive. Born with muscular dystrophy, a condition that weakened her muscles progressively since childhood, Isabella had mastered the art of navigation in a world not built for her. Her wheelchair wasn't just a tool. It was an extension of herself, customized with purple accents, stickers from her favorite bands, and a small pouch for her notebooks where she jotted down story ideas. She dreamed of becoming a novelist one day, weaving tales of heroes who overcame impossible odds, much like the ones she read voraciously during lunch breaks. Isabella had always been the quiet type. With her long, wavy brown hair often tied back in a practical ponytail and glasses perched on her nose, she blended into the background as much as possible. She avoided the spotlight, dodging the pitying stares and whispered comments like "poor girl," or "what's wrong with her?" that followed her through the hallways. Her strategy was simple: keep your head down, focus on grades, and count the days until graduation. College would be different, she told herself. Maybe the University of Washington, where she could study creative writing and finally feel seen for her mind, not her mobility. But invisibility came at a cost. Lunch period was the worst. The cafeteria was a zoo, cliques huddled at tables like territorial packs. The athletes dominated the center, blasting music from their phones. The cheer squad giggled over salads nearby. The band kids debated sheet music in the corner. Isabella usually claimed a spot by the large windows overlooking the rainy Pacific Northwest landscape, where she could eat her turkey sandwich, no mayo, extra lettuce, and lose herself in a fantasy novel. It was her escape pod, a bubble where the chaos couldn't touch her. Her rock had always been her older brother, Ethan. At 24, Ethan was everything Isabella aspired to be. Confident, strong, and unyieldingly kind. He joined the Marines right out of high school, driven by a sense of duty inherited from their late father, a veteran himself. Ethan sent postcards from deployments Afghanistan, then a base in Japan filled with encouragement. "You're the toughest person I know," he'd write. "Wheelchair or not, you've got a warrior's heart." She kept those cards in a shoebox under her bed, rereading them on tough days. But Ethan had been overseas for over a year now. Radio silence more often than not due to classified missions. She missed him terribly, but she never let on. Complaining wasn't her style. That Tuesday started innocuously enough. Isabella wheeled through the double doors into the cafeteria, balancing her tray on her lap with practiced ease. The aroma of greasy pizza and overcooked fries filled the air, mixed with the chatter of 500 students. She scanned for her usual spot, empty, thank goodness. But as she rolled forward, a prickling sensation crawled up her spine. Eyes were on her, more intense than the usual fleeting glances. She spotted them, Tyler Reed and his posse. Tyler, the star quarterback, was built like a tank, broad shoulders, buzzed blonde hair, and a perpetual smug grin that screamed entitlement. Flanking him were his buddies, Jake Harlan and Marcus Dios, fellow football players who followed Tyler's lead like loyal hounds. They lounged against the soda machines, arms crossed, watching her approach. Isabella's stomach knotted. She'd crossed paths with Tyler before, snide comments in the halls, like "watch out, speed bump ahead," but she'd always ignored him. Today felt different. As she tried to veer left, Tyler stepped into her path. "Whoa, easy there, Rocket Girl," he drawled, his voice dripping with mock concern. "You gonna lap the room or what?" Isabella kept her eyes down, gripping her wheels tighter. "Excuse me," she murmured, attempting to maneuver around, but Tyler wasn't done. With a casual flick of his wrist, he accidentally bumped her tray. Her sandwich slid off, landing with a splat on the linoleum floor. Mustard smeared across the tiles. Laughter erupted from his crew. Isabella's cheeks flushed hot, but she didn't react. She leaned forward as much as her condition allowed, reaching for the fallen food. Tyler, egged on by his friends, kicked it farther away. "Oops, guess you'll have to chase it. Put some nitro in those wheels, huh?" The cafeteria noise dipped slightly as heads turned. A few students snickered, others looked away uncomfortably. Isabella's hands trembled on her armrests. "Please ... Just let me go," she whispered, her voice barely audible over the growing murmurs. For a split second, Tyler's smirk faltered, maybe a flicker of doubt, but peer pressure won out. Emboldened, he grabbed the side of her wheelchair. "Let's see how fast you really are." With a yank, the frame creaked ominously. Jake and Marcus joined in, tipping the chair. Metal groaned, plastic cracked. In a horrifying blur, the wheelchair buckled under the assault, wheels splaying out as it collapsed. Isabella tumbled to the floor, her legs weak and unresponsive, twisting awkwardly. Pain shot through her hips, but it was nothing compared to the wave of shame crashing over her. The room gasped collectively. Phones whipped out, recording the spectacle. "Oh man, that's gold," someone yelled. Laughter mixed with shocked whispers. The lunch monitor, an elderly woman named Mrs. Patel, shouted for help from behind the counter, but she was too far to intervene. No teachers in sight, the perfect storm for bullies to thrive. Isabella lay there, staring at the fluorescent lights above, her books scattered, tray appended. She didn't cry, tears would only fuel them. Instead, she shut down, retreating into that mental fortress she'd built over years of taunts. But deep down, something cracked, not just the chair, but her resolve. How much more could she take? Unbeknownst to everyone, heavy footsteps echoed down the adjacent hallway. A shadow loomed at the cafeteria entrance. The doors burst open with a bang that silenced the room mid-laugh. Standing there, silhouetted against the hall lights, was a man in full marine dress uniform, medals gleaming, boots polished to a shine, scars faint but visible on his chiseled face. His eyes, stormy grey, swept the scene like a general assessing a battlefield. And when they locked on Isabella on the floor, surrounded by wreckage and gawking teens, his jaw tightened. The air thickened. No one moved. Tyler's smirk evaporated, replaced by wide-eyed confusion. Who was this guy? A teacher? Security? The Marine marched forward, the crowd parting instinctively. His presence commanded respect or fear. He knelt beside Isabella, his voice soft amid the tension. "Hey, sis, you all right?" Isabella's eyes widened in disbelief. "Ethan," she breathed. It was him, her brother, home early from deployment, unannounced. He'd planned to surprise her after school, but a gut feeling led him to check the cafeteria first. Ethan helped her sit up, brushing debris from her clothes. "What happened here?" His tone was calm, but his eyes burned. They They broke my chair," Isabella whispered, glancing at Tyler. "I didn't do anything," Ethan nodded, standing slowly. He turned to face Tyler, who now looked smaller despite his bulk. "You think this is funny?" Ethan's voice was level, like coiled steel. Tyler puffed up, trying to regain composure. "Who the hell are you? Her babysitter?" "No," Ethan replied, stepping closer, close enough to see the fear flicker in Tyler's eyes. "Her brother, and a United States Marine." The word Marine rippled through the crowd like electricity. Whispers erupted. "Did he say Marine?" "That's her brother." Tyler backed up a step, his friends shifting uneasily. Ethan didn't touch him, didn't need to. His words were weapons. "I've faced down enemies in places you can't even pronounce. Seen real bravery from soldiers who fight for something bigger than themselves. But you, picking on someone who can't fight back. That's not strength, that's cowardice." By now, teachers poured in, alerted by the commotion. The principal, Mr. Hargrove, a balding man in his 50s, pushed through the throng. "What's going on here?" Ethan explained succinctly, his military precision cutting through the chaos. Witnesses, students who'd been silent before, suddenly found their voices, corroborating Isabella's side. Phones that recorded the bullying now captured Ethan's stand. The fallout was immediate and severe. Tyler, Jake, and Marcus were hauled to the office. Suspensions followed indefinite, pending investigation. Their football scholarships revoked after the coach reviewed the videos. Charges of assault and destruction of property were filed. Parents were notified, faces ashen during emergency meetings. But the real change wasn't in punishments. It was in the school culture. Overnight, Isabella transformed from the girl in the wheelchair to a symbol of resilience. Whispers turned to waves and smiles in the halls. A GoFund started by classmates raised thousands for a new, high-tech wheelchair, electric, with terrain-adaptable wheels. Isabella, ever humble, redirected most funds to a school program for students with disabilities. Adaptive tech, counseling, anti-bullying workshops. Weeks later, at a school assembly, Isabella wheeled onto the stage, microphone in hand, her voice steady despite nerves. "I used to think my wheelchair made me weak. But it's just a chair. Real strength, it's in here." She tapped her chest, And it's in standing up figuratively for what's right. Thanks to my brother, and to those of you who spoke up, I know I'm not alone." The applause was thunderous. In the front row, Ethan beamed, his uniform traded for civilian clothes. He'd extended his leave to help Isabella adjust, sharing war stories that inspired her writing. "You're the real hero, he told her later. Tyler's crew, they face community service, including volunteering at a disability center. Tyler, in particular, underwent a transformation counseling revealed his own insecurities, leading to genuine apologies. Not all bullies change, but some do when confronted with true courage." Isabella's story spread beyond Westwood High. Local news picked it up. Marine brother defends sister from bullies. Viral videos amass millions of views, sparking national conversations on bullying and disability awareness. Isabella started a blog, Wheels of Strength, chronicling her journey and advocating for others. But let's delve deeper into the layers here, because this wasn't just a one-off incident. Flashback to Isabella's childhood. Growing up in a modest ranch-style home in Seattle's Rainier Valley, she and Ethan were inseparable. Their parents' dad, a retired Army vet with PTSD. Mom, a nurse, instilled values of empathy and perseverance. When Isabella was diagnosed at age 5, the family rallied. Ethan, then 13, became her protector, pushing her swing higher, defending her from playground taunts, even modifying toys for accessibility. Dad passed when Isabella was 10, from complications related to his service. It hit Ethan hard. He enlisted partly to honor him. Mom worked double shifts, leaving Isabella to navigate adolescence mostly alone. High school amplified the isolation. Freshman year, a prank left her stranded in a stairwell. Sophomore year, rumors about her faking it circulated. She confided in Ethan via emails, but he urged her to speak up. Don't shrink, own your space. The cafeteria incident was a tipping point. Ethan's surprise return, timed perfectly. He'd been honorably discharged early due to a minor injury, a shrapnel scar on his cheek from a close call in the field. He flew home, intending a quiet reunion, but walking into school with permission from the office, he heard the commotion. Expand on the confrontation. As Ethan knelt by Isabella, Tyler muttered, "It's just a joke, man." Ethan's response, a stare that could melt steel. "Jokes don't break bones or spirits. Apologize," Tyler stammered, but the principal intervened. Later, in private, Ethan shared with Isabella, "I wasn't mad just for you. I've seen too much hate overseas. It starts small, like this." Post-incident, subplots emerged. A girl from the cheer squad, Mia, confessed she'd filmed but deleted it, ashamed. She became Isabella's first real friend, helping with the fund. Jake, one bully, turned state's evidence, revealing Tyler's pattern of harassment. Isabella's growth. She joined the debate team, her voice gaining confidence. Wrote a short story based on the event, winning a contest. Ethan. He pursued veteran counseling, inspired by his sister's resilience. Years later, fast forward to 2025, Isabella, now 18, graduated with honors, attending college, majoring in journalism. Ethan married, started a family, but they remained close. The story, a reminder. Strength isn't physical. It's enduring, forgiving, rising.